morning, everyone. The time is currently about 6:15 a.m. I've got a big cup of coffee and I figured we could get ready together today. I wanted to show you guys kind of like my everyday makeup routine. It's super simple and only takes me about 20 minutes, and I know this is so terrible, but I can honestly finish it in the car if I need to after the gym. So grab a cup of coffee or another, warm beverage of your choice, and let's get ready together. This thing is literally as big as my face, and I'm not complaining. So first, I'm going to prep my skin. This does change just depending on what I feel like my skin needs. First, I'm gonna put on this little headband though, because I don't want all my hair getting in my makeup or anything. Next, I'm gonna go in with the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. I keep talking about these on my channel, so you guys have probably heard about them, but they're seriously awesome. I love these guys. Like, they're just, my makeup goes on so much smoother when I use these, and depending on, again, like what I said, like what I think my skin needs will depend on like when and how often I'll use them. Most days that I go to the gym, I use it after the gym. If I forget to take it to the gym, then I normally use them like that night. This morning I'm using it right before I do my makeup. It just helps to make my makeup go on smoother and everything, so I just like to use something to really smooth out my face and make sure that I'm getting the most flawless makeup application possible. So after I go in with those, they're really wet, so I like to make sure it dries a little bit. I'm going in with the Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream. This is the one that I've also talked about in my skincare routine. It has caffeine in it, so it really helps to wake up those puffy, tired eyes in the morning. Super moisturizing too, so it feels awesome. Sorry, I'm looking over here. My mirror's over here, just so you'll know. I have a little breakout going on right here, and I don't know why. I think it's because my diet hasn't been quite as on point as it normally is recently. I've just been having fun eating some fun foods. Next, I'm going in with the Light Daytime Lotion from Waverly Organics. I just do like a half squeezy on the squeezy thingy because I don't want to oversaturate my skin because I already do have oily skin, but I want to make sure that my skin is nice and moisturized so it doesn't feel the need to produce excess oils throughout the day. All right, and once all that is on, I'm going to give it a little bit to kind of like dry and sink in, but I'm going to go ahead and get started on my eyes. So right now I'm going to go in with the Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer from Elizabeth Mott. I got this in a little Ipsy bag, I believe. So I tried it out for the first time yesterday, and I definitely liked it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. My favorite is the Too Faced Eye Insurance, is that what it's called? Yeah, Shadow Insurance, and then the 24-hour primer from Smashbox. Those are probably my two faves, but this one's, I mean, it's decent. I noticed that my eyeshadow creased a little bit yesterday when I used this versus when I used one of those other two. It doesn't crease like at all. So next, I'm going to be using the Morphe 350 palette. This is the one that has a lot of oranges and really like pretty warm shades in it. So I'm going to grab one of my Kylie Cosmetics brushes that my friend gave to me, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. It doesn't have a name, so I don't know, but it's just like a standard fluffy brush. And I'm gonna go in with this shade on the top row, third from the right. And I'm just gonna put this in my transition area right above where my crease begins. So once that is all nice and blended, I'm going to take a flat brush. Today, I'm going to use the Luxie 213 eye shading brush. All of my brushes are disgusting. I need to wash these. Like, I need to even wash the handles, because like, when you have a makeup bag and all your makeup just collectively sits in there and it like all gets all over each other, and the powders and the eyeshadows, it's like, this thing is like just covered in grossness. So I really need to wash these. But anyways, not the point. So next I'm going to be going in with this gold shade right here in the top middle of the palette. This is kind of like my go-to shade when I'm doing it every day. Sometimes I'll switch it up and I'll go for a pinkier look or a more orange look, and I'll change up the shadows that I use, but I almost always use this or my Jaclyn Hill palette just because it's easy to carry back and forth with me from when I stay in Atlanta with my brother versus when I stay in Cumming with my parents, because I work in Johns Creek, blah, 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 big story, whatever. So I like these palettes because they're big and I can just carry one of them that week, and I can use it for the whole week and get plenty of eye looks out of it, which I definitely appreciate. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to be packing this right on the lid, just all over and stopping where my crease begins. I'm also gonna use that same brush, take a little bit more of that color, and I'm just gonna go right on the inner corner underneath my lash line. Super easy. Then after that, I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm gonna go with the Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. It's just kind of got like a tapered edge, as you can see. And I'm going to go in, I think I'm gonna start with this color on the second row right here. And then I'm gonna take that and kind of buff that. Oh yeah, there we go. On the outer part of my crease and work into the transition area. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a darker color and work that more like solely just on my crease. And then after that, I'm just going to go over all of that with the Kylie Cosmetics brush that I used at the very beginning, just to make sure that I'm buffing all of this out and it's nicely blended. I don't want to have like a harsh line where my eyeshadow stops and my pale, lifeless skin apparently this morning begins. That was so dramatic. I feel like I sound like a man in the morning. I don't sound as chipper as I do in some of my other videos, and I am so sorry for that, but it's early. I'm happy to be alive. Don't you worry. I'm just tired. Next, I'm going to go in with this Luxie 249 brush. It's like a little double-sided brush, which I hate. I hate double-sided brushes because you can't stick them in a jar or else you ruin one side. So stupid. I don't get it. But anyways, I do like this brush and I like both sides of it. I just wish there were two separate brushes. I'm going to go in with this Luxie 249 and I'm going to go in, I'm going to go a little bit reddish, more orangey with this look. So I'm actually going to go in with this color and I'm going to combine it with probably this deep brown in the bottom row in the middle. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of those two. Tap off the excess. I'm kind of going to stipple that right into my crease and then blend it upwards into the crease. You want to make sure this is staying on the outer part of your eye and in the crease of your eye. That's what's going to give it that smokier look with more depth to the eye. And then once again, after all that is on, I'm just going to take my Kylie brush once again and buff all of this around in little circles, just to really make sure, like I said, that everything is getting blended perfectly. And it doesn't matter how close to your brow you get, because you can always go over it with some highlight, which is what I'm gonna do. As you can see, I'm blending it like almost up to my brow bone. But we can always fix that with a little bit of highlight. And same thing on this side, just making sure that everything gets nice and buffed in together. One thing that I don't like about the Morphe brushes is that whenever I put my lid color on, like one of the sparkle colors, and I do my crease color, it always ends up wiping off some of the color. I don't know why that happens. I think it's just maybe their formula isn't quite as wet, because I do notice that when like I brush my brush across the shimmer eyeshadows from Morphe, they kind of like break up a little bit, and I feel like they were a little bit more creamy. That wouldn't happen, I don't know. But if you have that problem and you found a solution, let me know, because I want to know. So because of that, I'm going to just take a little bit more of that gold color and I'm just going to pack a little bit more of it back where it kind of fell off, just to make sure I'm packing like the most punch in this eye look. And I'm getting that. Yeah, see, do you see the difference in how this is how it should look versus this is how it looks after I blended all my other colors on it? Morphe, what you doing? That doesn't happen with my Too Faced shadows, boo. And next I'm going to go in with this dark, I don't know, this deep red color on the second to last row on the far right. And I'm going to take my Dior 24 brush. It's just a flat little liner brush. And I'm going to take that and just buff that across. Can y'all see that okay? I'm like hunched over. I'm going to buff that across my lower lash line. And taking just a little pencil brush like this one's a Sonia Kashuk one. I'm going to go in with the very first color that I used, which was this color right here. I'm gonna swirl that around a little bit and I'm just going to buff that underneath all the colors that are on my bottom lash line. Just make sure they're seamlessly fading out to nothing and that I have that nice, pretty, smoky look going on. Perfecto. Lastly, I'm taking this different pencil brush from Luxie. It's the 217, and I'm just going to take this kind of white color and just a little bit of this pink champagne-y kind of color, and I'm just gonna use that to line my brow bone so I have a nice, pretty highlighted brow bone, and my eyes look awake, my brows look arched. Next, I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in the pore minimizing version. This stuff is great, I like it, yeah. I will say, make sure that if you use a heavy moisturizer at night and you do your makeup in the morning, that you wash off the excess moisturizer that like doesn't sink into your face, because if you put this on and there's like a lot of moisturizer in your face, it'll kind of like do that like rolling thing where it like doesn't go on your skin right. So just beware of that. But I'm just going to massage this into my skin. Next, I'm going in with the Coastal Scents Express Line eyeliner. I'm just gonna use this while my primer kind of sinks into my skin. And there's something black on my face. It's not a blackhead. Does anyone else wake up and they have like random bits of makeup that like didn't get off their face, that like smeared all over their face? Because that happens to me, and now it's all red. See, that's how sensitive my skin is. I literally scratched a couple times and it's bright red. It's fine. So I'm going to go and line my waterline and my tight line with this. I hate this eyeliner, I'll be honest, but I am no chump. Even if I hate a beauty product, unless it like makes my skin break out or irritated, I will literally finish it just to make sure that I hate it. But I hate it. I just don't feel as if I get a good color payoff with this liner. I feel like I have to swipe a million times to get it like semi-black, and then even then it doesn't even go to like jet black, and sometimes your girl just wants a jet black liner, because even though maybe sometimes it does make your eyes look smaller, depending on the look, I can't go without my waterline done. I don't know, it's just like, you know how you just get set in your ways with makeup and then someone else does it and they don't do it the same and you're like, what is happening here? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No? Okay, cool. Anyways, my Morphe blending sponge is semi-damp, and just for extra coverage, I'm taking this Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. I feel like this video is very negative. I'm sorry for that, but I don't like this either. Like, it had amazing reviews on Sephora.com, especially for girls with oily skin. They were like raving about it. And I tried it and it leaves like this film on my face. Like, I have to, the only way I can get it to slightly work for me is if I lightly coat my face. I cannot take a bath in this, or else like it will feel like I can like brush off dirt off of my face. It's bizarre. But if I do like a light little coat of this and then I dab it in with my sponge, then I'll be fine. But I don't know why it does this. But anyways, I'm just gonna continue to saturate my sponge with a little bit of this. And then I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. Oh my God, what a word, wow. I'm going in with the shade 10. I'd recommend definitely shaking this up before you use it. Got double chin though. And then I'm just gonna put a couple of pumps of this on my beauty blender. And then depending on the foundation and how it applies to the skin, I work in sections, but this one doesn't really dry quickly, so I'm able to like kind of put it over my whole face and then blend it in sections, versus like if it's the Fenty Beauty foundation, I don't know if y'all have tried that, but like I literally have to do one cheek, go for another pump, do one cheek, another pump, my forehead. Like, I cannot put that all over my face and then blend it out, or else I'll have like a stamp over where I originally put the foundation. It's kind of weird, but I guess it's good for, you know, girls like me who are a little oily, because it like sets really quickly and it's mattifying. So I don't know, but for this one I can go kind of all over the face, blend as I need to. I feel like it looks so oily and wet when I first put it on. I just continue to buff this in until I feel like it looks like how I want it to. Next, I'm going in with this Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. What is with these long names? This is the shade Fair. It's super light, so I really like it because it's super brightening. And I'm literally just going to cover my entire face with this. Just kidding. I'm keeping it in the center of my face so that, as you can see, it's drawing the light. Your eye always wants to go to the lightest part of anything. And so it's gonna draw your attention to the center of my face, make it look more sculpted. And then I'm gonna spray the part of the sponge I didn't spray earlier. And I'm going to buff that into the skin. Normally I do put lighter, the light concealer that I use on my chin as well, but recently I have been noticing that, like I said, I've been breaking out and it's like it's been like bringing my pimples out for everyone to see. So I've just skipped that step for now. And don't be afraid to kind of go over that work you did underneath your lash line. You can always take your little pencil brush and buff it out if it looks too like clean cut for you and you want it to look a little bit smokier. You can always go over that and fix that and make sure it looks exactly how you want it to look. Cute. Okay, now that that is all done, you know, recently I have been using this big powder brush to do my face powder. This is the Luxie 502 large powder brush, but I was noticing that I felt like my skin like wasn't looking its best, and I felt like I used to never wear powders actually, but I need to because I am a little bit oily. I need to set my makeup. So I decided to use this Luxie 503 Duo Fiber Stippling Brush. This is the winner right here. It still powders my face, but much lighter because it has like these shorter bristles and then it feathers out to these really light bristles up here. This brush is awesome and I really like it because it sets my makeup without it looking heavy and cakey and powdered, you know what I mean? So next I'm taking the Makeup Forever Pro Finish Powder in the shade 113. I'm just gonna swirl this in there, tap it off, and then I kind of stipple it in my eye area because I don't like to swipe on that area. And then the rest, I just kind of circularly, that's not a word, buff it into the skin very lightly because I don't want it to be, like I said, too overpowering or too powdered looking or too cakey. I just want it to make sure that my makeup is not going to move throughout the day. Woohoo! There we go. And then what I've been using for my bronzer is normally I use this guy, which is a Sonia Kashuk, like, you know, tapered kind of sculpty brush. But I noticed it was kind of leaving like a very harsh line of where my contour stopped, or my bronzer at least. So then I was like, well, I have this great brush that I absolutely love. It's so soft and blah, blah, blah. So I started using this as my bronzer brush because I saw Jaclyn Hill using like a big fluffy brush like this. And I was like, I've never tried that. I need to give it a try. Turns out, love it. So I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in Stone Street, which is number 16. I think this was discontinued. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or anything, but I'm pretty sure they discontinued this bronzer. Why? It's like one of Bobbi Brown's only matte bronzers. Literally all of her bronzers are shimmery. And I'm like, girl, some of us ain't about that life. You need a matte bronzer in your collection. And I'm pretty sure now that this is discontinued, she doesn't have one. What you doing, Bobbi? I don't know why I'm acting so salty in this video, like I have a bone to pick with every makeup company in the world. I don't, I just got questions. So I'm just gonna take this, I'm just going to buff this right in above my cheekbones. And then I'm gonna bring that color up the side of my temple and just at the edge of my forehead where my hairline meets my forehead skin. So then we're just going to do the other side. Buff that up into the temple and across to my hairline. I like to get in these like corners where your hairline like recedes. Yay, receding hairlines. Just to really give some shape and warmth to the face. Ooh, yeah, it's looking so bronzed and beautiful. I need to buff this eyeshadow out. Look how bad that looks. And then I always buff just a little bit underneath my chin because every foundation in the world likes to oxidize really badly on my skin. If I use like a super mattifying primer, it won't oxidize as bad, but then my skin will literally feel like dry and cracky and nasty. So I like to just put a little bit of that bronzer down on my neck so that if my foundation oxidizes, it looks the same color as my neck, first of all, and also it helps to contour your double chin. So that's fantastic, love that. I'm going to take a second to grab that Kylie brush that we used at the very beginning of the video, because as you can see when I did my foundation and concealer, and this happens a lot because I do my eyes first, we've got like a really harsh line right here and kind of right here as well. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and I'm just going to lightly swirl this over right there. Yeah, see, that looks so much better. No harsh lines, nicely fading out into nothing. All right, next I'm going to take the Dior blush in 756, which is Rose Cherie. And I'm just going to take this Real Techniques blush brush and swirl that on there and then just tap that onto the apples of my cheeks. Then I'm going to take this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, classic highlighter. Like every beauty person ever has this in their collection and has had it for years. I'm gonna tap off the excess because I don't wanna look like I have like a line of highlighter on me. And then I'm just going to take this tiny little brush from Sonia Kashuk. She doesn't put names on her brushes, which is not very helpful. And I'm just going to kind of very lightly swirl that onto the very top of my cheekbone. Then I'm going to just put this on the tip of my nose and at the top of my Cupid's bow. Looking so highlighted. Ooh, yum. I'm not like, I don't like my cheek highlight to be like offensive, but this, I love when it's like glowing. And then I always just take a little bit of this and I like run it right underneath my brow bone. I don't know why exactly. I just feel like it really brings together the whole look and makes like just a more cohesive look. I also feel like it helps to make sure that, again, the eyeshadow is blending nicely up into my brow highlight. I don't know, I just think it adds something to the look and I do it every time, I don't know. Next, I'm going in with the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in medium brown. I love using this powder, but it's like, I think, what, $16? Maybe it's more than that now, I can't remember. But anyways, it gets this like weird film inside of the thing and it's not like it's hitting pan, it's like the powder gets like crusty. I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, I'm gonna go with the darker of these two shadows and I'm just going to use my Luxie 216 small angle brush. And I'm going to start on the top of my brows arch and I'm just going to slightly kind of carve out the shape of my brow like so. And then I'm just going to shade that in with that same dark brown color until the entire tail of my brow is filled in and looking bleaky. Look at the difference. Also, these brows need to get shaped because they're looking a little worse for wear. And then I'm gonna go with this, do the same thing again with that dark brown color, start on the top of my brow and just drag it out to the arch and then down the tail. Then I'm just gonna go underneath and kind of fill it in. I really need to use an eyebrow gel. Can y'all believe I don't? As wild as these brows are. For some reason when I go to the store, I just never think to myself, you know what you need, Holly? You need an eyebrow gel. I never think that, and I should. Next, I'm gonna go in with this lighter color in the palette, and I'm going to take this and finish the inner corners of my brow. Inner corners. So I'm just going to lightly sweep this across the bottom of my brow just to carve out that shape once again. You can do this as light or as dark as you want. Why does that sentence sound weird? But you just want to make sure that you aren't overdrawing your brows and you're sticking to your natural shape. So I'm going to go in with the light shade on the other side as well. And I'm just going to continue to line the bottom like I did on the other brow. And then after that, I kind of just take it in like short hair sweeping motions and I sweep it up in the same direction as the hairs are growing. Just so it looks, you know, somewhat natural and less brushed on. Then I'm taking the Dior Show Brow Styler. This is a great, oh my gosh, this has product in it. I literally just like twisted it up and it has product in it. I didn't think it had product in it, so I'll have to use that up. But honestly, the reason that I keep this in my makeup bag is because I love the spoolie, and this one is like nasty. I need to get a new one just for this spoolie. But I love the spoolie on this these brow stylers. I don't know why. They're just like the best ones in my opinion. I think it's because they're so little and like tapered. I don't know. I just love them. So then I just take this and I kind of drag it across all those hairs and I shape out my brow, make sure all the hairs are going in the same direction. And I always also use this, as you can see, it gets lighter as I've kind of buffed it out. I feel like it looks a little bit more natural if I just take it and kind of rub off any of that excess powder using this spoolie. Just take that, making sure this brow has the exact shape and depth that I want. Next, I'm going to be taking more of the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. I'm gonna shake it up again just so there's no film. And I'm just going to very lightly coat my face with this. And then I'm gonna take my Morphe sponge and going to buff that all into the skin. Because if I don't, it like leaves like speckles. I don't know if you can see on camera on my forehead how you can like see where the setting spray, it's like changing like the color. If you can like see where the setting spray like hit my skin, but it's like the weirdest thing and I really don't like that. So I have to blend this in with a beauty sponge. And I also just feel like it really helps that setting spray to perform well because like I said, it's not the best. I feel like I lost a little bit of the color on my cheeks when I blended that because there was just a little bit too much excess product still, or like excess like foundation still on there. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm just going to add a little bit of that bronzer back in. And then just a little bit more of this blush. And then I really like, you probably can't even tell on camera because it's so sheer. I love how my highlight looks when I use my sponge to like make my setting spray sink into my skin. I think it just looks really natural. You probably can't even tell on camera. There's just like a slight shimmer right there. I just think it looks so much more natural and better on the skin. Don't get me wrong. I love like a glazed donut highlight. I just think it really depends on the look for myself personally. I like that like super highlighted glowy look when I'm going for a really glam look. But like I'm gonna be in an office all day. I'm not trying to have like a high maintenance look or anything like that. So next I'm going in with my crusty 25 gajillion year old Revlon eyelash curler. Just going to lightly curl my lashes with this. Make sure when you do your lashes that you're not pumping the eyelash curler because that can actually break your lashes. Just squeeze it once and hold it down. That's all you need. If you want a little extra curl, you can kind of tilt it back into your face. It's kind of creepy, but I mean, it works. And then we have some curled lashes. Then I'm going to go in with my tiny little Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. I forgot how much I loved this, and then I found this little mini in my makeup drawer with my mascaras. And I was like, I'm gonna use this because it fits into my bag so nicely. And I forgot how much I loved this mascara. So I'm just going to coat my lashes with this. I always start with just a light coat, like so, on each eye. And then I go in again and I kind of swirl it around to make sure I'm getting a lot of product. And then what I do is I wiggle it at the bottom of my lash and extend it out. And I just feel like this is what gives me the most full and voluminous eyelash look. It leaves my lashes a little bit clumpy, but I don't mind like a little bit of clump. Like I don't like a perfectly separated lash. Like I like them to look slightly clumpy, not like 70s mascara clumpy, if you know what I mean. But I just like them to look strong, especially since I'm not wearing eyelashes. This is the kind of look that I definitely would add some natural looking lashes to, but it's just way too much to do every single day, and I want to show you guys what I do every single day, so no lashes for today. But every once in a while I'll wear lashes to work just because like sometimes you want to wake up and you just want to really like beat your face, or like if I'm doing something after work where I want to look really good, I'll go ahead and add those lashes. But I'm just wiggling this mascara along the bottom lashes. I love bottom lashes. Like I don't know how people don't put mascara on them. I think they're so pretty. I think they add so much to like the dimension on your eye. Putting this 30,000th coat mascara on my lashes, lol. Boom diggity. All right, now I'm just going to add my lipstick. Normally I go for the Kate Moss and Rimmel London partnership lipstick in number 08, but I don't currently have that in my bag because I don't know where I put it. I think it's at my brother's house. I think for today I'm gonna go with this Bare Minerals liquid matte lipstick in this like kind of brownie color. And I'm just going to put it on my lips. Now, I love how a matte lip stays all day, especially at work. I'm not trying to like worry about whether or not my face is falling apart or like whether my lipstick is still on. But I've been really into glossy lips recently. I just feel like they look healthier and more natural and glowy. I don't know what it is. So for that reason, I'm just gonna go over this with a little bit of lip gloss. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my freaking life. I got it in an Ipsy this past month, so what is it? August, the August Ipsy bag. It is the Glamour Dolls Sweet Treats lip gloss in the color, I don't see a color on this. That's not very helpful. So much for telling y'all what I use on my lips. But anyways, it looks like a little popsicle, and then you literally just take it. Look how cute this is. And you just like that's adorable. I love gimmicky, like frou-frou makeup like that. I'm so into it. So I'm just gonna take this and line over my lipstick with it. So I have a little bit of a glowier look. Woohoo! Okay, I'm gonna go finish getting ready and I'll see y'all back here in a second. All right, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. I know it's nothing crazy or special or whatever, but this is what I do every day. It's super easy and I feel like I look like I really tried and put myself together, but I didn't spend like 5 hours doing my makeup that morning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like down below because it really helps me out and I appreciate it more than you probably even know. Definitely leave me a comment if you have any questions or anything, or give me some feedback on this look. Also comment below some video ideas. I would love to hear from y'all what you want to see. I have a lot in my schedule to film, so leave me some comments down below so I can add your requests to that schedule. I would love it if you clicked subscribe if you want to see more from me. You can do that right down below, and while you're at it, go ahead and click that little bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Make sure you follow all of my social media links, which will be right here for you to enjoy. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great work day or whatever else you're doing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!